Are you living paycheck to paycheck right now with your tutoring business? Every dime counts, and there isn't a lot left over. Even as you get a few more tutoring students, this temporary bleak situation leaves many tutors fearful about starting their own online tutoring business. And today, you are going to learn what you can do to make your current situation easier, keep more money, and put you in the driver's seat with your finances rather than your finances driving you. Hey there, my name's Joanne Kaminski, and in video number 4, I shared how I had just left my teaching job making $50,000 a year and had 3 young girls. We were building a pool in our backyard, which was a $40,000 commitment. Now, the situation scared me. A savings account was the last thing on my mind because we were literally living paycheck to paycheck. I had to start thinking about money differently so that we could use what we had to make it through each week. Now, I know that lots of people are thinking, oh, I already know how to budget and look for savings. And most of the time that is true. The problem usually isn't that we don't know how to, but disciplining ourselves to follow through on these tips. So habit number 6 is to save money. We're going to explore what you should be saving for, how much you should save, how you can save, and what you should spend your savings on. Now, if you find content like this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and that little bell. So, what should you be saving for? First, most of us should be saving for a rainy day. Now, Dave Ramsey suggests to always have $1,000 in an emergency fund. Why? Because cars break down, plumbing needs to be fixed, and people end up getting in accidents and going to the hospital or getting sick and needing to go to the doctor. And if you think that you're immune to these kinds of living expenses, you are fooling yourself. But think about how your stress level would be impacted if, when you have something like this happen, you have money in the savings account for situations just like this. Instead of being stressed out even more because of how much it costs you, instead, you're more calm and you think, I'm so grateful to have saved this money for situations just like this. Did you know that a lack of savings can actually lead to depression, anxiety, weight gain or weight loss, loss of concentration, strained relationships, insomnia, substance abuse, and heart disease? In fact, it can lead to many different diseases. If you break apart the word disease, it is dis-ease. And disease is caused from dis-ease in your life. Another thing that you guys need to be saving for are taxes. As an online tutor, you're a sole proprietor. This means that you don't work for a company that's automatically going to deduct all of your taxes for you. You need to make the effort to pay them. So every time income comes in, you need to save 20% and put it towards your taxes. Also, check to see how often you need to pay your taxes. Here in the US, we need to pay quarterly taxes. Now, I made the mistake of not knowing about quarterly taxes and had to pay a fee the first year that I had made a profit. So, if you start out by putting 20% aside to pay for this, you will avoid the stress and hassle that comes with that. And if you're thinking, but Joanne, I need every dime that comes in, then you're going to have to take a look at some of the money saving tips that I have learned over the years so that you can afford your taxes and to run a business. And remember, this is all temporary. Your situation today is not your situation 1 year from now or in 5 years. If you are consistent and keep working on your business, then you're going to continue to make more money each year. Now, it's also important to note that saving money is a biblical process. Ecclesiastes 11 says, "Cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days. Give a portion to 7 or even to 8, for you know not what disaster may happen on earth. If the clouds are full of rain, they empty themselves on the earth. And if a tree falls to the south or to the north, in the place where the tree falls, there it will lie. He who observes the wind will not sow, and he who regards the clouds will not reap." Now, you should also save to invest in your business. People who run their business ignorantly without investing and learning how to run their business effectively or saving for the resources that will make them run their business more effectively are throwing money down the drain. You may think, oh, I can do this all by myself, but there are millions of people who've already gone through this before you, and they've learned a ton. A great coach is going to be able to see what you can't see. So take the time to save for the things that you need so that you can get the results that you want. If you're interested in joining the Insider Secrets Club, just click on the description for this video and scroll to the bottom. You're going to see a link to be able to join the Insider Secrets Club and other successful tutors, and not only learn how to do everything to run your business, but also stay up to date on the things that are working to get found by your ideal client. So what are some of the things that you are currently saving for? Comment below. Now, if you're on mobile, all you need to do is to scroll to the bottom of the suggested videos, and you're going to see a spot where you can leave your comment. Tell me, what are you saving for? Right now, I'm saving for a car for my daughter so that I can pay for it with cash. But I'm not just going to give it to her. She has to earn 50%, and I told her that I would match her. I'm also saving for my 2 high school daughters that have a desire to go to college. And I save for money for our vacations, like I go on once a year. I just got to enjoy a 1-week vacation with my extended family on a 5-day cruise to Cozumel and Costa Maya. And we also extended our vacation 2 more days in Galveston and got a house to stay in on the canal. Now, you are going to need these times to reconnect with your loved ones, to disconnect from technology, and to put things into perspective, to determine what you do and why you do it. Now, we used to put our vacations on our credit card, and then my husband would stress the entire time, every time we pulled it out. We would argue, and the entire vacation would be ruined. And once I started saving, not only for the vacation, but also oversaved for any expenses, his stress levels were cut down and we were able to enjoy our time together. I never realized why he was acting the way he was acting. And now that we have the money to take a break from our everyday lives, he can relax. And that extra financial burden is lifted. And every time I return, I feel so blessed that I get to do what I love doing on a daily basis. It reminds me how amazing life can be. Now, Dave Ramsey suggests giving every dollar a name. This way you can track where your money is going and what you are actually doing with it. He even created an app called Every Dollar. It allows you to track what money you have coming in and where you plan on spending or saving it. Now, when I started doing this, I realized that I oftentimes would spend money because I think I have it, even if I don't. My husband's the one that would have to suffer from my careless spending at times. And when I started tracking my funds, I not only became more knowledgeable, but more conscious of reality. I have heard it said that if someone is given $500, they spend $1,000. They keep thinking, oh, I just got $500. I could use it for this. I could use it for that. And because of that, they actually don't have the cash in their hand, right? They're using their credit cards to spend it over and over again, even once that money has run out. Even people that win the lottery, they get millions of dollars, right? And then they don't know how to spend, they know how to spend the money, but they struggle with how to save it. And then within a couple of years, they go broke. Now let's take a look at 15 ways to save money. First, you need to get rid of your debt, right? Monthly debt payments are the biggest obstacle to saving money, according to Dave Ramsey. He says it robs you of your income. So get rid of that debt. The fastest way to pay off debt is with a debt snowball method, where you pay off your debts in order from smallest to largest. It sounds intense, but it's more about the behavior change than numbers. And once your income isn't tied up in monthly debt payments, you can finally use it to make progress toward your savings goals. 2, he says to cut down on your groceries. Now, most budgeters are shocked to find out how much they're actually spending at the grocery store each month. Save money on groceries by planning out your meals each week and taking inventory of your pantry before you head to the store. This is going to help you from overspending and wasting food. And think about cutting back on snacks and junk food that can send you over your budget. I personally use an app called Paprika. I can save all of my recipes in the app and create a meal plan and create a grocery list in 5 minutes or less. Now, I have a friend, she's on food stamps, and she came with me to the grocery store one day. And when she saw my system, she was like, holy cow, not only is your grocery shopping quicker with this method, but you didn't put anything in your cart that you really didn't need. Next, cancel subscriptions and memberships. Chances are you're paying for multiple subscriptions like Netflix, Spotify, gym memberships, trendy subscription boxes, or Amazon Prime. Cancel any subscriptions that you don't use regularly. If you really miss one, you can subscribe again, but only if it fits into your new budget. 4, buy generic. In most cases, the only thing that's better about a brand is the name, right? Generic medication, staple food items, cleaning supplies, paper products, they cost far less than their brand name marked up competitors. I used to have to pay $200 every 3 months for one of my prescriptions. And as soon as they made a generic brand, this cost was reduced to only $10 every 3 months. I mean, this is significant savings. So check to see if any of your meds are in a generic brand. I guarantee you they will work the same. Also, cut ties with cable. It's no secret that the cable prices are just continuing to rise, right? The average monthly price for cable is $106 a month, which adds up to $1,200 a year. Now here's the good news. Cable's not the only way to watch your favorite shows these days, right? Cut the cord, find out how to save big with alternatives to cable like network apps and streaming services. And once we did this, I never missed it. 6, automate your savings. Save money without thinking about it. Set up your bank account to automatically transfer funds from your checking account into a savings account every month. Or set up a direct deposit to automatically transfer 10% of each paycheck into your savings if you still have a paycheck. 7, spend extra or unexpected income wisely. When you get a work bonus, inheritance, or tax refund, put it to good use. You'll be better off using those funds to pay off your student loans, your credit card balance, and then stashing it away. If you're debt-free, use those extras to build up your emergency fund. Now here's a bonus tip. If you regularly receive large tax refunds, adjust your paycheck withholding so that you bring home more money in your paycheck each month. 8, reduce energy costs. If you're serious about saving money, be more mindful of your energy consumption. Simple things like taking shorter showers, fixing leaky pipes, washing your clothes in cold water, and installing dimmer switches or LED light bulbs are easy wins. They might be an initial investment for new, more energy efficient appliances, but if you work it into your budget, you should be able to pay cash for those improvements. And most people, they don't think about having all of the lights on in their house, like watching their money disappear down the drain, right? So be mindful and turn them off when you're not using them. If an electronic is plugged in, then it's sucking energy up. You'll want to unplug your appliances and things when not in use. An easy way to do this is to plug your entertainment center into one power strip, then just unplug once before going to bed. 9, unsubscribe from emails. Email marketers are really good at what they do. They know the irresistible temptation of a flash sale or exclusive coupon. If you just can't resist shopping when you see a special offer, click the unsubscribe link at the bottom of the email. You'll be less tempted to spend and your inbox will be less cluttered. It is a win-win. Number 10, borrow, don't buy. If you need like a tree trimmer for some weekend yard work or a handheld blender to make a batch of soup, borrow it from a friend or neighbor instead of taking a trip to the store. 11, pack your lunches. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average household spends approximately $3,154 on food outside of the home each year. Buying lunch a few times a week may seem harmless in the moment, but it's pretty indulgent, not to mention preventable expense. 12, ask about discounts. You'll never know unless you ask. So next time you're getting tickets at a movie theater, a museum, or sporting event, ask if they have any special discounts for seniors, students, military, AAA members, teachers. At any time I purchase something, I check first to see if there's a coupon. So this weekend, I was buying a dress for my daughter's National Honor Society induction ceremony. And I immediately went into the Kohl's app to see if there was a coupon. And we immediately saved 20%. 13, lower your cell phone bill. If your monthly cell phone bill rivals your monthly grocery budget, it is time to find ways to cut back. Save money on your cell services by getting rid of all the extras like costly data plans, phone insurance, and unnecessary warranties. And don't be afraid to haggle with or completely switch your provider. It might require a little persistence and research, but the savings are totally worth it. 14, try a spending freeze. Don't buy any non-essential items for a week or even a month. Make it work by prepping meals with the food that you already have, avoiding stores where you tend to impulse buy, and saying no to anything that isn't a basic necessity. 15, cancel those free trials. Did you sign up for a free trial and you forgot, and now you're being charged each month? Go check your account for any recurring fees that you don't want. Now, Ask yourself this question. Every time you are about to make an online purchase, take the total amount in the cart and ask yourself if you'd rather have that amount of money in savings for X goal instead, right? Shop accordingly. Volunteer in place of paying. Have you ever heard of karmic yogis? They're people who clean up part of a yoga studio in exchange get a free membership. Where else could you volunteer to get free access? Concert, fundraising event, the zoo. Use alternative ways to get books. So my husband and I, we are voracious readers. And the way that we afford to be able to do this is using Libby on our computer. It used to be Overdrive. And also paperback swap. You take your books you have and swap it for other books. Do you have a costly habit? It might be time to start thinking about quitting, because honestly, those costly habits are keeping you from being able to reach the financial goals that you have. Another idea is to do like a house swap with family or friends for your next vacation. So you nix the cost of hotels, Airbnbs by setting up a house swap, and you can choose the same dates and either drive or fly to each other's homes with your family. You leave a list of any instructions, local attractions to check out, and clean up after yourselves when you're through. You can even make your own signature drinks. Are you a Starbucks junkie? All right, I'm not judging you here. I want you to check out the signature drink and find a copycat recipe to make it at home instead. Now figure out how much the ingredients cost per drink and then subtract from the cost of the same drink at Starbucks, and then bank the savings each day that you choose to make your own. Remember that saving snowflakes amount to something, right? You know that the debt snowflakes that Dave Ramsey talks about, where you're finding small ways to save money to use towards debt payments. Instead, think about savings snowflakes. Saving $5 here, $1 there, and $10 over time does add up to additional money that you can put into your actual savings account. So keep that mentality as you go about your day. Also, use back to school sales differently. Take advantage of back to school sales by actually restocking your own office with office supplies. Our Shopco in our area this past weekend is going out of sale, so I checked to see if they had any school items still left. So I was able to get everything that I needed at 80% off. Next, learn how to use your crock pot. Not only are you going to save lots of time and energy, which are worth money, right? But using your crock pot to cook food will keep you out of the drive-thru and use up less energy than using your oven. Plus, there's bound to be leftovers. So unless your family is supersized, what if you don't have a steady paycheck? How do you save? Well, in that case, you can't just automatically put aside money, right? The question is what you do at times of abundance. Say if you get a tax refund, you have a magical opportunity to escape scarcity. But studies show that if I give you an abundance shock of $10,000, you don't just spend that $10,000, you end up spending $20,000 because you're thinking, oh, I have all this extra money. You forget how you felt under the conditions of scarcity. You need to think, instead of using this windfall to buy something nice, I should put it in an account for savings. Why do some people struggle with saving more money? First, they don't know where their money is going, and this is a crucial first step. Knowing where your money is going is the gateway drug to budgeting it, and budgets are the gateway drug to epic savings accounts and peace of mind. 2, maybe you don't have a budget. Your money is like a teenager. If you don't give it a curfew, it's going to go crazy and stay out all night. It needs boundaries. 3, you don't have goals. More money, please, is technically a financial goal, right? What do you need? And what do you need your money to do? Be specific. 4, maybe you hate feeling restricted or micromanaged. The assumption here is that if you make a plan for your money, it's going to feel like you're on a diet. But this comes up for a lot of people. It is especially common among people who come from impoverished backgrounds or whose childhoods were marked by a feeling of scarcity. So whether it's real or just felt real, it doesn't have to be true. 5, maybe you have bad habits around money. And this could take the form of ignoring your money, not tracking where it's going, not having a budget, spending too much, or even spending too little. You don't understand the point of savings. Are you just supposed to let it sit there? Well, yeah, mostly, except for break in case of emergency situations. So another trick to save a lot of money fast is to use the bank it method. What's the bank it method? When you see money at the end of your receipt that you saved at the grocery store, CVS, or anywhere else where they tell you how much you had in coupon and discount savings, actually put that money into savings. Bank it. This works to save a lot of money fast because instead of never really seeing those savings as actual savings in your account, you now can. It makes you stay within your budget and squeeze money out of the budget's spending categories into your savings account, letting you save money much faster than you're currently able to. Now, hopefully you were able to take some of these tips and think about money differently so that you can have more money for the things that you need. When you are starting a business, there are expenses, and this is going to make it easier for you to pay for them and be less stressed. What tip are you going to try to put into place? Comment below. Now, if you're on the computer, you're going to see a place to comment if you exit full screen. I want to get to know you better so that I can help you get the results that you are looking for. Do you have a suggestion for a video or a burning question that you would like answered? Let me know about that as well. Now stay tuned next week as I share habit number 7 about how you can stay motivated even when you're not getting the results that you want.